right now, as always, at this point in time, each and every week, it's time for your news by the numbers. No talking points, no talking heads, no smoking guns. Just the raw numbers, baby. And tonight's number is $537 million. Yep, you heard it here. Too big to fail is back. This time it's not happening in America. The Afghan government has recently asked the United States to give them $537 million in bailouts to pay for their bills. Yes, indeed, it is true. The government is barely able to cover its September payroll of the more than 500,000 national and provincial employees that make up the government. The October payroll deadline is approaching, and the country is financially challenged. It's a critical financial challenge. In addition, if additional monies aren't allocated, the government will begin to defer payments of bills for items ranging from fuel for government vehicles to official government stationery. The fiscal crisis could also hamper the government's ability to feed the more than 300,000 Afghan soldiers and police officers. The salaries for the police and the soldiers are not at risk because they are paid directly by the U.S.-led coalition. Currently, just so you know this for the record, the United States has spent over $104 billion in Afghanistan, which runs up an annual budget of $7 billion, which is not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. But the government of Afghanistan is too big to fail. And I hate to be that guy who says, what were they doing before we invaded them? Right? Like, this is the part of the problem. This is what, like, my mom would say. I remember doing ceramics when I did ceramics. Yes, I'm weird. When I was a little kid. And the ceramics teacher would always say, you break it, you buy it. And this is an example of you break it, you buy it. And the truth is here. The truth is that these individuals, the United States, George Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, they broke Afghanistan. And now, guess what, America? We now have to buy it. We now have to own it. We have to now own this crisis. We've now got to just dole out money to them like it's going out of style because they can't make their payroll. And that's now America's fault. And to some extent, sadly, it is Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, and George Bush's fault. Sadly, they were the president, vice president, and secretary of defense at the time when they did it. So now we all have to own it.